Welcome back to our journey to the Owyhee Canyonlands. This time, we ventured into the stunning Leslie Gulch and then headed south to the Alvord Desert and the majestic Steens Mountains. But the adventure didn't stop there. Some unexpected surprises were waiting for us, so stick around and I'll tell you more about it in a bit. My name is Stefan, and this is Bronc Riding. As the sun rose over the Owyhee Canyon, we were greeted by yet another glorious morning. Last night, after we arrived at camp, I decided to replace the tire patch to make sure it would hold up for the whole rest of the trip. One trick I've picked up along the way: always place the patch on the flat part of the tire, steering clear of those raised letters. It makes the fix much more durable. My little arts and crafts project paid off big time. The patch held strong through rugged trails and hundreds of highway miles, lasting the entire trip without a hitch. After some breakfast, we started to pack up camp and get on the trail. The Owyhee River Basin and Canyonlands stretch across more than 7 million acres, reaching into parts of Nevada, Idaho, and Oregon. We couldn't believe our luck. Having this stunning spot all to ourselves, our campsite felt like a private slice of paradise. Our goal was to find a trail down here in the canyon to eventually connect with Leslie Gulch to the north of us. Well, that turned out a bit harder than it was planned. We kept looking for that trail, but it turned out that the water level was so high that the trail along the riverbank ended up being submerged this time of the year. That left us only with one choice: take the rocky climb back out of the canyon the way we came.
So we're on our way to Leslie Gulch, and we're just driving on this pass of these rolling golden hills that look absolutely spectacular. I mean, what a sight here! I can't get enough looking at it, and it's a little later in the afternoon. It's almost 4 o'clock, so the sun is pretty low, which makes for a really amazing light. So this is a great place to see here.
Eventually, we rolled up to Leslie Gulch from the east, following the main trail. A smooth, well-kept dirt road that's easy enough for just about any vehicle to handle. Leslie Gulch wasn't always called that. It used to be called Dugout Gulch, likely tied to some old mining days, I suppose. But it got its name after Hiram E. Leslie was struck by lightning here back in 1882. Today, though, the weather's on our side. No thunderstorms in sight, just clear skies. It's Saturday night, and even this late in the season, Leslie Gulch is quite popular. Still, we're keeping our fingers crossed for a decent spot to set up camp down here. Driving through the Leslie Gulch, and this is an absolutely spectacular place. I have seen some pictures of it before and I thought this is probably pretty cool, but I had no idea how cool it really is. This is off the charts. I mean, every corner you come around looks like something out of a fairy tale or a movie set or something. It's really amazing. So you got to check out this place if you're ever in this area here. This was our last night with a full crew, with some of us heading out in the morning. As we gathered around the campfire, we reflected on the past 3 days, sharing stories and soaking it all in. We've had an unforgettable time here in the Owyhees, and we are already planning our return. There's so much more to discover out here. Good morning. We had an amazing night's sleep at our camp spot that we found here in the Leslie Gulch. This is a pretty busy spot on weekends, but still there's a couple of really nice places to camp. And we found one. There was another couple there with a side by side, and they were very nice and let us share the space. Which again, there's not an awful lot of flat space in this gulch, but it's so worth staying here. The scenery is really spectacular, and it's just before sunrise this morning, and we're just getting ready, make some coffee, and enjoy the beautiful area here. I mean, if you look around this whole thing, this is just one of the many places here. I mean, you get a 360 view, and every single direction looks absolutely spectacular, right? This is really hard to beat. So we're really fortunate to have places like this that we get to explore and place in our own state. We enjoyed the trip here in the Owyhees an awful lot. A lot of diversity, a lot of sagebrush areas, a lot of canyons, a lot of really rocky roads, a slash tire, and a tire patch kit that's so far holding out okay. So a little shout out to the guys from BlueRibbon. This saved the trip, I think, so far, and let's hope it's gonna hold out for the rest of the trip, and then I can replace the tire when I get home. So. We have tried a bunch of different methods to make coffee in the morning, including a French press and of course the good old percolator. But the AeroPress is now our go-to method. It packs really small and the coffee just tastes right. And the best part? Cleanup is a breeze. After leaving Leslie Gulch, we parted ways with our friends from Highline Overland and Boone Overlanding, who had to head back home. Meanwhile, the rest of us weren't quite ready to leave this gorgeous region of the state yet. We decided to stretch the adventure a little bit longer, setting off for the Steens Mountains and the Alvord Desert for one more night. We pulled into a Rome station to top up our fuel tanks and grab a few supplies, and then set our sights southwest, making our way to the Steens. Taking on Stonehouse Canyon up the eastern slope of the Steens Mountains turned out to be an awesome detour. The trail climbs fast, and in no time at all, the scenery transforms. Sagebrush-covered desert floor giving way to new vegetation almost before our eyes.
Waking up under all this rust, it's raining in my room. The water falls in pools until I'm getting carried away, riding on the back of a wave. So I let go, come what may. But all this time I'm hoping for a sunny day. So I'll just float till the current slows. Was this by design? Am I just killing time until I'm getting carried away, riding on the back of a wave? So I let go, come what may.
On the last day of our trip, we decided to take a little detour and head down to the Alvord Desert. And on the way to the Alvord Desert, we took another detour and went up Stonehouse Canyon, which is an absolutely phenomenal trail here in this part of the state. And you go down from the desert down there, all the way up here, past the tree line, and the views are phenomenal. And this time of year, we have got some beautiful fall colors back there too. Lots of hunting activity, but it's an absolutely fun trail, and you can see forever up here. So, and here comes Mike with his Gladiator, just in time for a little break and maybe a sandwich.
All this time I'm hoping for a sunny day, getting carried away, riding on the back of a wave. So I let go, come what may. But all this time I'm hoping for a sunny day.
On the way back down though, we came across a not so pleasant sight. A dead cow sprawled beside the trail. It was kind of a downer seeing this big animal bloated on the side of the trail. But word must have spread fast. It felt like half the county's flies showed up for a buzzing family reunion here.
We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go.
The Alvord Desert is a massive dry lake bed in southeastern Oregon, and it holds a deep significance for our friend Becky. Words don't quite capture the Alvord Desert. It's the kind of place that etches itself into your memory, leaving a mark on anyone who visits. But for our friend, with that strong emotional tie to her family, it made this experience all the more profound. Yeah, we're on the Alvord Desert dry lake bed here, right in the rain shadow of the Steens Mountains. An absolutely fantastic place. It's a very large dry lake bed, and we can drive onto the lake bed and camp right here, right in the middle of it. And for early October, it's pretty nice weather. We have temperatures after sunset. We are still in the 70s. It's nice and warm, not too windy. So we just set up camp here right in the middle of the lake. As you can see here, the rigs are right behind me. It's a very different place to camp than being somewhere in the forest or on a rim of a canyon or something. This is very different, but we really enjoy this place. Right here behind us is the Steens Mountains. It's 10,000 feet high, so it's a really high mountain range. We are about 4,000 feet here at the lake bed, so it's a big drop from the Steens Mountains down here to the lake bed. That's why it's so dry. The Steens keep all the rain away, and this is an absolutely magnificent place. It's just a weird feeling to be on this large flat place and there's nothing around. You have no point of reference of any kind. You think you're close to the shore and you aren't. This is the funniest thing about it. So you just drive and drive and drive, and you're just in the middle of this complete void place. It's a pretty cool place. If you have never been here, you should try it out sometime.
Some kind of prairie bird.
Today's our anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. 29 years. And I don't think 29 years ago that day would have thought that we going to celebrate our anniversary in the middle of the desert with us and the Duke.
And some good coffee.
And some good coffee. The sunrises here are amazing. The sunsets are even better. And the sky, the stars were just off the charts. It was cool. So we had a great anniversary time here. And we can enjoy the rest of our day. Today we're driving home all the way back to Portland. It's a long drive from here, but it was worth adding another day and staying out here.
Yep, for sure.
What is something you'd expect to stumble across in the Alvord Desert? A flipped-over airplane probably isn't the first thing that pops into your head, isn't it? But that's exactly what we found. The night before, we met a friendly couple cruising the desert on a tandem bike, which is pretty unusual in its own right. And they tipped us off about a plane that had botched its landing on the playa a couple of days early. Luckily, no one was hurt. They pointed us in the general direction of the wreckage, and come morning, we couldn't resist heading out to see it for ourselves. Thanks for joining us as we explored this incredible corner of our home state. If you haven't already, make sure you catch part 1 of our Owyhee Canyonlands adventure. And if you liked the video, we'd love for you to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to keep up on our journeys. Thank you for watching. See you on the trail.